Below Rosa, even after all this time, the character is very, very different in this game comparative to before. I think in general, she's less focused on walling out the opponent and kind of more this aggressive combo-based style in a sense, kind of juggling between her own normals and the Luma as well. Star Bits, of course, her main mid-range zoning tool, but how effective is it going to be versus Greninja? And that first Luma already forfeiting its life.
Luma,
not even seconds into the game.
Very fragile in this game.
Yeah, a lot of high damage attacks in this game, just able to knock that Luma away a lot more easily. Homika trying to catch the landing, but one of the big advantages. Oh, it's Matt getting the KO that early?
That was 54%.
I know that move did actually receive some kind of a buff earlier on in this game's lifespan, but my goodness, that is an absurdly early KO on Battlefield of all stages with no rage.
That was nasty. Homika so far also doing a really good job at fighting without Luma whenever Luma is out. Ooh. Great follow-up, the back air to dash attack.
Yeah, Rosalina not having super high landing lag on those aerials. That back air in particular, a really, really great spacing option for her that she's able to convert from or get tech chases off of thanks to its low angle.
I also like how Homika is so aware of the percents. He knew that the back air would set up a knockdown and a tech chase, and he was ready to cover that tech chase with the down smash right after. It was just excellent awareness, just mastery of her character.
Yeah, great awareness right there, of course, acknowledging the regrab from Elexiao. Great use of the Hydro Pump, but no punish afterwards. It's going to be a down throw, trying to get the DI mix up, as we saw from Ice Studying earlier, but this time Homika DIing away.
Wow, just beautiful control by Homika right now.
Oh, wow, he got every hit of that down smash, getting both the Rosa hits and the Luma hits, and getting the KO all the way off the side, and now a 2-stock lead for Homika, getting these ludicrously early KOs.
This is so rough to deal with.
Again, the pressure that we're seeing from this back air in particular, we haven't even actually seen that much Nair. That's something that we see the Buzz use very, very liberally as Rosa, but Homika hasn't been making too much use of it. That back air instead has been kind of his go-to aerial. There comes out the jab, definitely a move that has had quite the fall from grace comparative to Smash 4, but still definitely something that you can use to rack up the damage. And I like that from Elexiao, going for the pummels, knowing that the Luma was far, far away, and too far to save Rosa in that instance, and getting the KO with the forward air right afterwards.
And Elexiao finally gets the stock, but this is just going to be very rough.
Now, of course, Elexiao just kind of traced pressure on the platform, getting the conversions off of that up air. Now, doing a great job sharking underneath Homika with these up airs once again. 2, 3, but now back to the ground is Homika. Great landing, but Stadium 2, same characters.
But yeah, these first 2 kills from Homika were so early, and Elexiao will really be looking not to let this happen again and make this a much closer game, hopefully.
I still can't believe that first forward smash uncharged, getting the KO as something ludicrous like 50.
This is the kind of stuff you would expect from like Bowser or something, not
heavy.
Not Rosalina.
That's some super heavy power behind that tiny little star. So explosive, as it has always been ever since Smash 4. Of course, some of the frame data on the Luma has been slowed down a little bit. You know, that up air and the down air notoriously a lot slower in this game than they were in Smash 4. But that doesn't deter some of these Rosalina players from still sticking to the character and pushing her as far as they can, as Homika is doing so well in this set.
Taking the first step into potentially making top 8 with Rosalina, that would be a huge achievement.
Magnificent achievement indeed, but going on to this game 2, Homika with all the momentum, of course, after that really strong showing in game 1. Now with a little bit more horizontal breathing room, that does mean that Rosa herself is able to play a little bit more defensively too, using those star bits at mid-range.
Greninja.
Ooh, here come the combos out from Elexiao. Of course, one of the weaknesses of Rosa is that she does have a little bit of a hard time landing, down air being one of the few moves that she can use to get down, but
Oh, and this happened earlier in the set, and it happens again. Homika just drifting outside of the forward smash range just shows how much awareness he has in the matchup.
Oh, I love that movement right there. Unable to get a confirm into the up smash, but still the pressure is on with Elexiao. Excellent confirm into the forward air right there, and Luma is gone once again. Beautiful drift once again from Homika, just playing his advantage really, really well so far in this game.
Homika keeping the pressure, now has Luma back.
Very neutral air right there. Again, just harassing with these forward airs. That is such a great read on the jump right there with the up air. Finally kind of making Homika expect that forward air in all those situations, then reading the double jump in with the up air. Superb stuff from Elexiao, but
Greninja with this ability to catch you so high up in the air, so fast, almost unreactable sometimes.
Yes. That said though, Elexiao can't feel too comfortable knowing exactly what happened in the previous game. How his stock was just stolen away from him at ludicrously early percents. Going for the forward smash again is Homika.
Grabs the wrong way. He had the right idea.
Right now, that's one of the key things that Elexiao is going to need to exploit throughout the set. Not only is he going to need to hit Luma, but he's also going to need to hit in between Rosa and Luma, particularly when Homika commits to that Luma shot.
Oh, beautiful anti-air with the up smash.
Yeah, unable to get the Luma hit right there, though. Had the Luma hit connected, that would have been the end of Elexiao's stock right there. By bringing back the Luma again. Kind of patrolling all this space. But one of the key things is that versus a character like Greninja, who has all that mobility and that super high jump, got to be careful where you position the Luma sometimes.
Exactly. Especially considering how fragile Luma is, but that's the second stock for Homika. Complete reverse from the first game.
Really snuck that forward air in. Barely even saw a true ninja capability coming out from Elexiao, but the Luma shot barely charged, still able to get the KO, and now only a one-stock lead for Elexiao right now.
Very nice. Forward throw dash attack.
The nair into the forward smash. Big damage coming out. On these platforms, looking for opportunities to bring openings. Good forward smash once again, forcing Homika off stage. This corner pressure coming out from Elexiao, really, really strong.
Elexiao with the patience, but let's Homika gets to center stage again.
Oh, I really like the delay with the down air right there. Very, very nice, knowing he wasn't gonna get the real punish with the neutral air on that landing. The adjustments so far in Elexiao's overall timing and pressure have really, really been the boon for him so far in this game. They've allowed him to get this lead and maintain his momentum. That said though, Homika doing a good job pressuring him and trying to tack on this damage.
I mean, we've seen how explosive Homika can be, so...
Oh, the descent with the Luma jab and getting the KO with that. That is the grimy tech that you can exploit with this character.
I have never seen that before. That was crazy.
Good read on the air dodge. Not going to get the punish, the super large punish that he wanted, but it's better than nothing. And now forcing Homika off stage once again. What is going to be the edge guard or the ledge trap? Backing off. Trying to bait his jump onto the platform, but no real punish. And the trade. Forward air into back air, but the forward air from Elexiao coming out on top, and that'll be 1-1.
Looking a lot stronger this game.
Definitely, that additional flat space from PS2 really, really helped him. It allowed him to compose himself a lot better. In addition to that, the way that the platforms were just allowed him to maintain pressure on those platforms. You know, we often saw Homika try to retreat to them, and Elexiao would just be patient and look for his openings while Homika would try to come down.
Indeed.
Moving on to game 3, I wonder what we're going to see this time from Homika. Maybe again, a little bit of a smaller stage, running it back to Battlefield. What is the music choice? Dark Realm, something that a lot of people probably didn't even hear because it's from World of Light.
Indeed. It's usually not a song that comes up in the random select of songs that
it's
most
something
people don't turn it up on the bar.
Something that people kind of have to proactively pick, and even then it's not done so too often. But enough about the music. We are here for the gameplay between these two. Very, very quiet start between these two so far, just kind of playing it very, very slow. And I think maybe that's kind of what Homika wanted, something a bit more foreboding to match the overall tone of the character that he's trying to play. He wants to feel a little bit more dominating, a little bit more in control, like he was in that game 1, and so he wants to set the tone adequately.
Looking a lot more like Smash 4 Rosalina at the moment, just walling Elexiao out.
Really, really nice.
The style completely and seeming to be catching Elexiao off guard right now.
He's getting this little bit of chip damage on the Luma.
Look at this, that's so completely different. And the forward smash, 0 to death. The slowest 0 to death I ever seen, but 0 to death nonetheless.
That was impeccable gameplay coming out from Homika, just the absolute control. This, as you mentioned before, is what we saw from Smash 4 Rosa, completely dominating character that just prevented most of the cast from really getting anything going. Now, the way that Homika is managing space between him, Luma, and Greninja is just masterful at the moment. Finally, Elexiao finding some openings, but nothing too major.
The projectiles that Homika is using are very hard to contest because he's also positioning himself right under the, between or under the platforms, making it very hard for Elexiao to approach from above.
Yeah.
Especially considering how high Greninja's jumps are.
That third platform is the absolute key player for Homika right there. It feels almost like a 3v1 at the moment between Elexiao, the Luma, Homika, and that third platform right there.
It just seems like whatever Elexiao is doing, he's just running into damage.
And nothing that he's doing is really working. He's just getting little hits here and there, but nothing too major. And again, all this control, staying under those platforms and just preventing Elexiao from really approaching. Even in the situations where he finds what feels like an opening, there's just not enough time to get the hit.
This is just a masterful game plan at the moment from Homika in this matchup. Oh, uses Luma to get him off of him.
Trying to look for that approach, using that forward smash, finally losing that Luma. I think that Luma was there for quite some time, and the moment that the Luma leaves, Elexiao's finally able to open up and get that first stock.
And Luma is back. Luma has been the bane of Elexiao this set so far.
I think that's the longest I've ever seen a Luma survive on that stock in this game so far.
In this set overall, I think. Look at that, that seems so difficult for Elexiao to approach here.
145% Elexiao so far, and that's one of the things that changed about Luma in this game. When it crosses someone up and gets behind them, it will always turn to face the opponent.
And then you can just sandwich your opponent with pressure and mix-ups.
Yeah. And again, we saw the rapid jab.
Camping him with Luma upstage, what the hell? That was incredible.
Elexiao most likely buffering that air dodge in anticipation for a tech scenario, but now he can find his way in, using those dash attacks to force his way in.
This is exactly what he needed.
Yes.
He needs to make the most out of the few seconds that Luma is not here, but now Luma is back. Very good. Pulling Luma back, protecting from Greninja. Uh-oh. A few more hits is gonna take Luma out. Luma shot coming in.
Charging that all the way up. Homika looking for that up smash. Suddenly this gap is slowly closing, it feels. The dominating gameplay that we saw from Homika right at the start. There are slight cracks in it now, and Elexiao is finding these openings.
And Elexiao just doing a much better job at putting Homika in disadvantage.
There we go, the Luma is gone once again.
And this time...
Rosa off stage. The Hydro Pump, and that time able to capitalize with that forward air. Only a 43% deficit.
Okay, but now Luma's back. Let's see if Homika is going to stick to the zoning game plan that he's been going for. That was so successful for him at the start of the game. Now the dash attacks crossing up, making it very hard for Homika to punish. Very good grab.
Yeah, really, really great awareness. Seeing that the Water Shuriken got hit by the Luma, he was able to just kind of force his way in and get that grab. One of the key things with Rosa as a character, you've got to implement those kind of moments of aggression. And that Luma up smash, enough to take that game. Homika still holding on, even though he was kind of, it felt like he was slipping a little bit towards the end right there, but still able to kind of keep control overall. and take out that game. Elexiao finding those openings nonetheless.
This huge lead he took was not for nothing. He made it count.
Really, really he did. But once again, we're running it back to Pokemon Stadium 2 for the next game. Likely going to see a very, very similar dynamic that we've been seeing throughout this whole set. I wouldn't be surprised if these two ended up going to Game 5. But in that instance, what stage will we go to?
And here we go. Pokemon Stadium.
All right, potential set point for Homika. Elexiao's going to need to win this game if he wants to potentially continue his bracket life. He's off to a pretty good start. That empty jump pressure, excellent stuff. And then finding the opening with these up airs.
Excellent start. And of course, it's not going to be as easy for Homika to do the game plan that he went for before, because now Elexiao has many more angles to approach from. No platforms blocking him anymore.
Absolutely. And so already Elexiao's off to a really strong start. Wanted to get that up smash. That would have been the KO if it got sweet spot. Another water shuriken. No hydro pump this time. A little bit too late on that. Down tilt, but doesn't get the up smash again. Great grab, nice and aggressive coming out from Homika, needing to inject that a little bit of pace in order to be able to kind of reverse the situation.
Very nice. Back throw.
Oh, no punish on the landing. Homika being a little bit too tentative right there, but another huge down smash. Oh, the damage.
Looking like melee Peach. Oh my goodness.
Whoa, great tech from Elexiao, and unfortunately Homika positioning himself a little bit too low.
Did he get footstools? What happened?
I'm not sure, either a footstool or maybe the hydro pump pushing him into the stage and messing up his recovery. Who knows, but either way, Homika losing that spot first.
Oh, the last hit connects.
Excellent read on the roll in, just such good coverage over there, and that forward smash taking that stock untouched is Homika on his second stock so far. And again, another forward smash. Elexiao's jump gone, and he's going to keep him off stage. Corner pressure coming out from Homika, so strong. Now he's given Elexiao a little bit of breathing room to retreat back to center stage and reset the situation.
Very nice, keeps the pressure up.
This platform pressure has been so crucial for Elexiao throughout both this game and game 2. Really what allows him to get his momentum started.
Now Luma is back. Homika making himself very difficult to hit right now in the second stock.
Real difficult once again, these star bits coming out. Such good mid-range control from that move. I believe those projectiles are unclankable as well, so you can't really challenge them. You just kind of have to hold shield and try to get around them.
Exactly, you have to basically jump over them, which is not easy if Rosalina is under a platform.
Right, very good falling there. Again, delaying that descent with that water shuriken. We're going to see the edge guard. No, not quite. And Homika aggressively returning back to stage.
This is very intense game right now.
Right, Elexiao expecting the Luma so far. Doesn't want to challenge it. Ooh, great up tilt coming out from Homika. Not quite getting the KO just yet.
There you go. He's gonna go for the I think he tried to go for the drop where Luma drops from the stage.
Yeah, most likely, but that shuriken kind of sliding its way underneath the Luma in that instance. Doesn't catch the neutral get up with that forward air. Homika instead opting for a roll back to neutral. Good parry.
He gets the Luma, so this is a really good chance, and he takes it.
Very nice.
Elexiao takes his chance.
Even after getting the parry, he wasn't able to fully reset. Losing that Luma was so crucial, and now Homika playing slightly on the back foot, but not too far behind. Elexiao's stock very vulnerable at the moment. That Luma immediately out of the picture. Forward air doing less than 10% now. Very stale on the end of Greninja. But again, it's such a crucial spacing move that he has to use and abuse it as much as he can.
Elexiao looking to do a lot more damage with this stock, but it's not going to be easy because at this point, Homika is just going to be poking as safely as he can to end that stock.
We're seeing very, very little water shuriken coming out from Elexiao, interestingly, even when he's in the corner like this. Not like poking away too much at the Luma, just trying to get that residual damage, finally getting that main hit and the rapid jab.
He might feel oppressed from the star bits, and Homika finally gets the kill. This is his chance to close out the set now or face a game 5, which is always a scary prospect.
Elexiao's definitely not going to make this easy for him. He does have the slight lead at the moment, but a very, very fragile lead at that, as I mentioned before. And the juggle's coming out from Rosalina. Oh, Luma clutch, saving Elexiao and saving Homika at that point.
Luma the homie.
And now Homika with this lead, really, really precarious position for Elexiao. One solid hit from Homika, potentially in the corner, can be the end of it.
And the Luma pressure is just, oh, Luma comes back and then smacks him.
Genius gameplay coming out from Homika, bringing the Luma back as Elexiao is trying to make his way in and then just punishing that landing so superbly with that forward smash. He'll be moving on into loser side top 8.